What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the BallGame podcast. I'm Chris.
I'm Matt.
I'm Tom.
The playoffs are here. We're in full swing. We had some play-in basketball yesterday and the day prior. We are going to give you guys our full first-round predictions, and we are going to be ranking these series in order of which ones we're most excited for. Obviously, there's still some that aren't set in stone yet, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work.
Yep.
Before we do all of that, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Leave a like on the stream. Follow us on all our other socials. They will be linked in the description. We're on the road to 10K subscribers. Get us there. We're on the road to 10K on TikTok. We're actually pretty close there, so get us there. Trivias and fun stuff dropping on the TikTok, so go check those out. Before we get into the playoffs, we got some play-in basketball to discuss.
Oh, boy.
We could keep it brief and simple. The Kings beat the Warriors. The Bulls beat the Hawks. We start with the Warriors. I'll start off. I don't have much to say. Everything that needs to be said, we've said already. And especially for the Warriors, guys, like, we did probably like 3 clip outs this season just about the Warriors where we said everything that needs to be said. It's pretty crazy that Klay Thompson went out like that, I will say.
Yeah,
Like-
0 for 10 is rough.
Clay went out.
Could have at least got one.
Yeah,
bro.
he could have
at
one of
least
them
got
things.
one, bro.
A
but,
point. He didn't even get a point.
yeah.
No.
No free
No,
throws,
no, no.
nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have much to say. You know, Clay's going to hit the open market this year. I think it's best for both sides to part ways. I think everyone could kind of agree on that. What's understood doesn't really need to be said. Steph Curry's still that guy. It sucks to see him not playing competitive, meaningful basketball.
He's 36 though. His age is creeping through.
Yeah.
They better build a contender around him.
Yeah.
It doesn't even need to be a contender. Just give him a shot.
Yeah,
Give him a chance, bro.
just have one of the greatest players we've ever watched in the playoffs. Like, that's all.
saw what
that's
he
all
did
I
in
could ask for.
2022, bro. Just give him a chance, man.
Yeah, it's the end of an era, most likely, for the Golden State Warriors.
Yep.
I think Orlando's going to be throwing a bag at Klay Thompson, most likely. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Saw something about Dallas too.
Dallas potentially too. Yeah, I think there's a possibility that he remains with the Warriors. I don't think it's cooked fully yet. But yeah, I mean, it depends on what thinks his market is and what Clay's actual market is. So then you go from there. But I'm sure we'll be talking about the Warriors throughout the offseason. We'll be talking about like what exactly we think they should be doing, moves that they can make to get themselves back to the top of the league or towards the top of the league. But
He might just
It's
retire.
kind of hard to say what they should and shouldn't do, considering there's so many dominoes that still have to
Yeah.
fall. You know,
yes,
one of these guys in the playoffs, one of these high-level guys, might end up asking out if there's an early exit or something like that. So there's so many dominoes to fall. So we have time for that stuff. In terms
Shout out
of
to
the
the
Kings, bro, yeah, I mean, Keegan Murray came to play. What, he hit 7 threes, bro. Keon Ellis with that absolute defense, like Gallo says about Gary Payton.
Sure.
Twitter was a lot of Kings Twitter was saying how they're happy that the world was introduced to Keon Ellis because they were like, he's been doing this for us for a while now. Now you all get to finally see it on the national stage. Like it was nice. He balled the fuck out. Keegan Murray was awesome for them. Sabonis didn't no show against the Warriors, which is a good thing. And then Fox just does Fox things.
Yeah. So before we move on to the East, who do we got in this next game tomorrow? Kings Pelicans with no Zion.
I don't know how much it influences my decision, but does Monk play?
I don't know.
Just assume
I don't
no.
think so.
Yeah, right. I don't know what his
I'm
injury
gonna
is.
assume no. And even if he does, he's probably not going to be fully healthy.
Yeah.
I'm also obviously Zion is not playing, and
Sucks
Brandon
so
Ingram
much,
looked like
bro.
a shell of himself in the 2 games since he returned.
Yeah, no, Monk's not playing.
Yeah, okay.
I'm taking the Kings.
Yeah, I'm taking the Kings.
I'm going to take the Kings, too. It's hard to pick the Pelicans after what happened.
It's so upsetting, man.
super upsetting,
Zion
man.
Because that team is
Awesome.
so good when healthy.
Super upsetting, especially because he was having a career game, too. Like,
40.
in the most important game of his
That's his
career.
first
like,
postseason game too, right?
Yep.
that's the story of his career, man.
Yeah.
He gives you all these flashes, but you just can't have the full thing, man. You couldn't even get the full game of his career game, bro.
It's super unfortunate.
It sucks, man. It sucks.
Just need Zion to stay healthy, man.
Yeah, and I mean, no matter what happens tomorrow, man, the Pelicans have some stuff to think about.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Pelicans have some stuff to think about.
What's next for them? That's the big question. So
yeah,
out
east.
Onto the East, bro. I gotta say it. Your boy, bro. Your boy. My most improved player pick, bro. What the fuck? A Kobe White 40-piece in the play-in. And you know what the best part about all this stuff is? Your stats don't matter. They're not tracked.
Only in like play-in history. That's it. Yeah.
It does not matter. It's just in lore. It's in folklore now. The Kobe White scored 40 in a play-in game. And what's his career high? Is it?
That was his career high.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
Wow. It don't matter. It really doesn't matter now. Especially because, like, that leads us to the other play-in game. The Sixers and the Heat. Sixers are now going to be playing our boys. And the Heat, with no Jimmy Butler, does it matter that Kobe White dropped a 40-piece now because the door's wide open for them to slip into the playoffs?
Oh, good.
And then get smacked by the Boston Celtics.
And then
can't wait.
Losing 3 to the Celtics.
That Heat Sixers game was just like oozing playoff basketball.
I think it was just, you said it was going to be like a tough, gritty game. It's exactly what you expected it to be.
Yeah, just Batum, bro. Like, come on, man.
20 pieces.
It was so obvious that it was going to be a random, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when we talked about it the other day, I was like, well, I fear Jimmy Butler more in these situations. It didn't matter between those two guys, bro. It was a role player game, bro.
They were both injured.
Yeah.
They were both injured.
And Jaime Jaquez hit his over on points. That was good.
Straight
that was real good.
Over 6.5
That was such
points.
a lock, bro.
Such a lot.
That really
bro.
was.
Free money, bro. Yeah, free
Really?
money.
He's so good.
Jimmy's out.
He's
Yeah.
so good.
Especially with
Jimmy. He's so good.
Yeah, no, Tyler Hero went ballistic in that fourth quarter, man. When Tyler Hero gets going, I like Tyler Hero's game, man. Tyler Hero, he's put into those like conversations with those shot chucker type of guys, but he's so different because he doesn't waste dribbles, bro.
No.
He's not out there dancing trying to cross you up. He's trying to get to a spot and do what he has to do. So every move he makes, every dribble he takes, it's like with a purpose. So he's a really fun player to watch. I enjoy watching Tyler.
He couldn't buy one early though.
Yeah.
He was I think he finished the game like 7 for 24 or some shit like that. But
in that fourth quarter, he put them on his fucking back, bro.
Yes,
put them on his back. Hayward Highsmith minutes, just a crazy thing to see in a high leverage basketball game too. Something that I can't really wrap my head around. Kyle Lowry starting for the Sixers was just like a crazy against the
Kyle
Heat.
Lowry was good in the first quarter,
story.
at least. But yeah,
as they were walking off the court, he
yeah,
gave them the middle finger
big giant
underneath
ass.
the shirt, bro. Kyle Lowry.
he played his ass
big
off.
giant ass off.
This is the deepest Sixers team I think they've had, to be honest. And it sucks that Melton isn't healthy right now either. But
it was
bro,
a good game,
Tobias Harris, man. Every time that man misses a shot, I've never heard a crowd boo a man the way they boo him for missing one shot.
They're saying Nick Batum is the LeBron James of Robert Covington's, bro.
Do you guys see this stuff on there's like it's one post, but it's been like circulating all around Twitter and stuff. It's like which record is impossible to beat, like Wilt's 100 or Stockton steals or Tobias Harris career earnings without an All-Star appearance. He's made like a stupid amount of money, hasn't sniffed an All-Star game.
No, he hasn't even been
It's so crazy.
close, bro.
He definitely has to get going if they want to advance any further. We'll talk about
that.
I wasn't really pleased at the end of that Sixers Heat game. I know he was fucking hurt, but the Sixers, I think it was to give them the lead. I don't know if the game was tied at that point or the Heat were up. I don't remember the exact score, but Embiid had it at the top of the key, and Kelly Oubre just ducked in and just got position on Jimmy. And then, even worse, if you're going to foul him, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Don't give him a shot.
That was just, like, I know he was hurt, so I do give him, like, the benefit of the doubt, but that was super lazy and super high leverage moment. You can't do that. That was, like,
crazy how he was walking after the game.
Yeah, like, I know he was
That
fucking
was
hurt.
bad.
Like, he was hurt,
He was
but
in
shit.
bad shape. which is kind of
Shit,
wild.
if you can't defend at all, though, then you can't
you in the
fucking be
game?
out
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Why the fuck
Yeah.
you in the game? If
That
you're
was
in the
too
game, we
easy.
got to judge you off how you fucking played.
Yeah.
So.
So that was kind of the game right there. After that, it was kind of done. I know the Heat stuck around, hit a few shots as they were like fouling and stuff like that, but that pretty much clinched it.
I think Embiid, honestly, this was something that I took away from this. He adjusted really well to how the Heat would send doubles, and early on, Jimmy Butler picked his pocket, and he had another turnover, and then as the game went on, anytime a double got sent to him, super patient. And then found the open man almost every single time. So
it's also the effect of not having Doc fucking Rivers as your coach anymore.
Nick Nurse is a great coach.
You have a real coach that knows how to adjust in a high leverage situation.
Puts him in
You know,
space, makes
I just find it crazy. Like I was saying in the first half, I was texting Ryan, and I was like, and we were talking about it. I was like, it's crazy how the Heat just don't play basketball all season, and then they switch to a zone in the postseason, and no one knows what to do. Like it's insane, and they hung around with a hobbled Jimmy Butler. So
yeah,
they were dominating.
Yeah, they were
while.
cooking in the at least in the first half. Yeah, in the third quarter too. Yeah,
but it was always Philly. Like you even watching that game when
I
Miami
didn't think
went
it
up,
was always Philly.
I thought it was always Philly.
When Miami went up, I thought it was over.
I said these
thought Philly was
motherfuckers
gonna
are doing this
crumble, bro.
bullshit again. I was like, they're doing it again.
No, I don't. It's tough, bro. It sucks for Miami, too, because of this whole Jimmy situation. Like, you were really going to potentially win that game if Jimmy was fully healthy.
We're going to do it again.
And then you could have, if you lost that game, you have a healthy Jimmy going into a game against the Bulls. Probably going to feel pretty good about Miami's chances in that one. Maybe not anymore. Maybe not so much anymore. And then you get to face the Celtics again, who you already knew you have the mental edge against. And then you go into the series with probably the best roster you've had in any of your playoff runs. So it sucks. It really does suck. I wish Jimmy was healthy, but that leads us into this. I mean, who are we picking for this playing game in the East? Who the Bulls or the Heat? Who takes the 8th seed?
I'm gonna ride with the Bulls. No Jimmy Butler. Kobe White was cooking, bro.
The Bulls better win this game.
And they want revenge because of last year too. Like this is a rivalry now. The playing rivalry.
The battle of who gets swept by the Celtics.
Round 2, bro. Round 2.
Oh,
so
boy.
no, we want revenge, man.
I don't know. I don't know.
Do you were pretty upset when they were playing well.
Chris is sick of the shit.
Chris is a Bulls fan, by the way.
Yes. Yeah. It's an
I just want it to be over, bro.
No, yeah.
I want it to be over.
You think this maybe extends their window a year? They think they got a shot if they win.
They just might. Billy
I
Donovan.
thought the window was
DeRozan,
extended by a year by them just making the playing tournament.
Oh boy,
Shit.
there's no fucking way, bro. There's no way.
I don't know, bro.
I don't know. I can't see
They're
it.
like, hey, we did this without Zach for most of the year. Who knows?
Yeah, you're gonna get worse when Zach comes back. You're gonna get worse when your $50 million man comes back.
Jeez.
Nobody's taking that contract, by the way. That's a wreck.
Sure doesn't seem like.
But I think I'm gonna take the Bulls as well. But I wouldn't be surprised.
I was just gonna say that it wouldn't surprise me if
Like,
you just get like a Bam masterclass, a Hami Jaquez masterclass, and
It's not like the Bulls are good enough for us to be like, yeah, they're gonna dominate.
Yeah,
them
exactly.
With no Jimmy Butler, like, nah. Either way, you're winning for the right to get swept by Boston.
Yeah.
Or at least it should be a sweep by Boston.
Congratulations.
But yeah, all right. So we could deep dive into these playoffs. We were just talking about Joel Embiid. We're also going to be ranking the series in our levels of excitement. So the first series we talk about is the series that we're most excited for, and then the last series we really don't give two fucks about.
Celtics Bulls.
To put it simply. So of course there's some bias on this podcast. Two Knicks fans right here. So yes, we're gonna lead this off by talking about Joel Embiid and the Sixers going to face our boy Jalen Brunson and the New York Knicks. The Knicks are the 2 seed. The Sixers the 7 seed. What are our predictions for this series? What do we think happens? Chris, I'll let you, the unbiased perspective, start us off.
Man, I wish I could take the Sixers out to go against you guys, but can't do it, man. I just think, like you guys are gonna talk about it, but the Knicks have so many bodies to throw at a Joel Embiid who isn't in the most of basketball shapes right now. So I think they could. We've seen Embiid collapse in playoff series, like fatigue and stamina, and his body just collapsed even when he went into them relatively healthy. So I think the Knicks have too much defensively, and I don't think the Sixers are really going to have an answer for Jalen Brunson.
So Knicks in
6.
Wow.
Feels good, man. Feels good to be on the right side of it for
Holy
once.
shit! Wow.
I'll go next. Yeah, it's the Knicks. 5, 6. I don't really care. Preferably not 7. I really don't want to sweat a game 7, but I'll take Knicks in 6. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt that they have one of the best players in the world. But yeah, I think you hit it on the head. Joel Embiid is clearly not 100% in terms of a fatigue standpoint. And I think the Knicks are super well equipped to throw bodies at him with Hartenstein, Mitch Robb, and Precious. You throw Jericho Sims in there just to foul him like 3 times, like whatever,
Don't put Jericho Sims in there.
No, don't put Jericho Sims in there. If Jericho Sims is on the court in the playoffs, we've done something incredibly right.
Unless he's actually going to put Joel Embiid in the walls of Jericho, don't fucking put Jericho Sims out there.
And then, you got OG guarding Maxey, and the Sixers don't have an answer for Jalen Brunson. I don't think anyone has an answer for Jalen Brunson. So, he's such a threat that he will get the other guys involved as well. So, give me the Knicks.
So, I'm going to take the Knicks. But I'm going to take the Knicks at 7, unfortunately. I think it's going to be a sweat of a series. Even though Joel isn't healthy, it just seems like the Sixers just managed to win just because Joel Embiid is in the lineup. He changes everything for them. Obviously, just his presence on the court. And I want to say the Knicks in 5. I want to say the Knicks in 6. I don't want it to be a sweat. But I know it's going to be a sweat because Nick Nurse is not just going to let it be as simple as Jalen Brunson being one of the best players in the entire NBA, scoring 35 on a nightly basis, and taking him out all by themselves. He's just too good of a coach to let that shit happen. So it comes down to, can Dante DiVincenzo beat you? Can OG Anunoby beat you? I don't know who else. We're in the bin right now in terms of shot creators. I'm gonna be dead honest with you. So I'm almost scared. I really do wish we had Julius Randle, but Jalen Brunson I think is still good enough to get us by in this series with a banged up Joel Embiid and capable bodies to throw at him. So I think we figure it out. I think we find a way. Knicks in 7 at the goddamn Garden, baby.
Yeah, it should be interesting how the Sixers do try to slow down Brunson, or if they even try to slow him down at all. If it's one of those let the star player beat you,
let the other
don't
guy,
let anyone else do anything type of game plans. And like you said, Nick Nurse is willing to make adjustments quickly, so I'm sure it's not going to just be one thing. But I'm curious to see what their most used coverage against Brunson is going to be.
And the same could be said for Embiid. What do we throw at him? Even though he's banged up, what are we going to do to stop him?
Probably just going to be constant weak side doubles and shit.
Yeah. Or you could just play him straight up and hope for the best at that point.
No, I don't think
we'll
do that.
No.
I mean, Hartenstein and Mitch.
Unless Nick Batum's playing like that for the entire, the strategy against Embiid is clearly, what's it called? Make him pass and make the others beat
Make
you.
him make
Help
mistakes.
off Kelly Oubre, bro. I'm surprised he starts for them, to be honest. Very surprised he starts for them.
Yeah. Surprised they start Maxey and Lowry together, too.
Yeah.
Weird.
It's a little weird. It works, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm glad that we all took the Knicks here. All right.
That's another thing with them, too, is you have Buddy Hield and you have Kyle Lowry, who weren't there when Joel Embiid was healthy, and now you kind of got to integrate everyone together on the fly. So
they are easier to integrate though.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
of their
for
game.
Sure,
yeah,
for sure,
because of their games. So next up, we have the 4-seed. We'll move out west now. We go to the 4-seeded Los Angeles Clippers and the 5-seed Dallas Mavericks. Outside of our Knicks, this is easily the series I am the most excited to watch because it is Luka versus the Clippers, Part 3. And Luka had a quote recently. He was asked, what's different this time in terms of playing the Clippers? And he put it simply. He said, we have Kai. And this may shock a lot of people because I'm the biggest Clippers guy. Mavs in 7. I don't see it with the Clippers. James Harden's been awful after the All-Star break. As it usually happens, Harden regresses down the stretch of the season. Kawhi Leonard, once again, not healthy. Status is up in the air for Game 1. I'm not going to bet on Kawhi staying healthy for 7 games in an entire series. I'm going to take the Dallas Mavericks because they are the hotter team. And right now, frankly, the better team. Dallas in 7.
Yeah, I'm taking Dallas in 6, man. I think you pretty much said everything. I mean, the biggest difference with this series this time around is it's Kyrie Irving, and especially in this matchup, you know, we could talk about the concerns with the Clippers in terms of their consistency offensively with guys like James Harden and Paul George, but defensively, I mean, listen, you could say they have bodies to throw at Luka, but that shit don't matter. Luka's going to get his regardless, but they don't got the guys to throw at Kyrie, really. I mean, Terrence Mann, I guess, but
Good luck.
shit, if you're fucking...
Russ.
Yeah, I mean, there's gonna be periods of times where James Harden's gonna have to guard Kyrie.
Have fun with that
Good
one.
luck.
Have fun with that one. It's tough. I don't. They have a lot of capable bodies for Luka. It's just I can't say the same for Kyrie.
I also
Do they?
think
Is anyone capable against
No,
Luka?
but they're
you know?
they're people that you can
Right?
throw
Yeah,
at.
you have
yeah,
options, but
that shit don't
Better
matter.
options than most teams would have.
And I think
but-
Dallas's bigs are gonna give the Clippers bigs some problems too. I think
agree.
just the athleticism of Lively and Gafford could give Zoo and Plumlee some trouble on those pick and rolls, especially with a guy like Luka facilitating. So, I think the Mavs role players are all coming into form. Like we noted, Josh Green's coming back from injury. You got Tim Hardaway Jr., Maxi Kleber, PJ Washington's jump shot was coming around the last week
Yes,
of the
it was.
season. So you got guys, man. You got PJ Washington to throw at Kawhi. Obviously, no one's stopping Kawhi, but at least he's a big physical body. Won't make it a little bit difficult for him, but
Derek Jones, another one.
yeah, it's just the stars are aligning for the Mavs while the stars are not aligning for the Clippers.
Agreed.
It's kind of that simple. The basketball gods want the Mavs to take this one.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'm with Chris. Mavs in 6. The Mavs are getting hot at the right time. The Clippers are falling off at the wrong time. And like you said, those same questions creep in every year. What are you gonna get out of Harden in the playoffs? What are you gonna get out of Paul George in the playoffs? Russ, is Kawhi gonna stay healthy? And for that reason, I can't take the Clippers. It sucks because they looked so damn good
Yeah.
early in the year, and it keeps happening.
It always happens with Harden in the second half of seasons too. Like I saw over the last like 4 or 5 seasons or so, when he doesn't make the All-Star team, like his stats after the All-Star break just drop off tremendously.
Dude, he can't score anymore. Like, he can't score.
and
It's a problem.
It's tough. Like if you promised me a full bill of health from Kawhi, I might say Clippers in 7, but I just you can't promise that. It's not. We didn't turn off injuries magically in the simulation. So unfortunately, yeah, it's just how it is. So and Luka is one of one. Luka is really
and
just one
there
of
is the mental edge factor, like you said. The Mavericks own the Clippers in the playoffs, so you know that comes into account. And then you got a seasoned vet in the playoffs like Kyrie. So yeah, it's not turning up Clippers
Have
right
the
now.
Mavs even beaten the Clippers? That's so funny that we say that. They haven't even won a series against the Clippers yet, but Luka owns the Clippers.
The thing is, they've come so close
Yes.
while being
Having
severely
no business.
undermined.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
So, but it's funny because they've never beaten them, but yet they own them. It's more like Luka owns.
Luka owns the Clippers.
Luka
yeah,
owns
yeah,
the
it's-
Clippers because that man was going bonkers against the fucking Clippers every time he played them. But
yeah.
That's the thing, man. There's questions about Kawhi even being able to be healthy for the series. Obvious questions about Harden and Paul George. When it comes to Luka, especially in this matchup, like we know what we're getting a 30-point
Yep.
triple-double, bro. Like, and some miraculous fourth quarters. Like we know, like when the game's on the line, like he's gonna fucking get into that mode. So
and now he's
Yeah.
got a legit running mate.
yeah,
So
who could also get into that mode in those moments. So
yep, exactly.
And their offense is more well structured, and they're playing defense. Everyone's bought in. Yeah,
yeah,
it's just
their time.
Stars
Everyone looks
stars
they're
are aligning.
and this matters. They're having fun.
yeah.
Like Kyrie,
Luka and Kyrie love each other.
They're besties right
They
now,
love each
bro.
other.
And I just think vibes matter. Vibes really matter.
Yeah.
It's a thing that like isn't spoken about enough in sports. It's just morale matters so much. So
Yeah.
yeah, Mavs. It's a clean sweep. I'm surprised with that across the board here.
I mean, are you?
What would you take? You would take,
He's a Mavs guy.
because I know you're taking the Knicks, so I
If
didn't even
the-
bother asking.
If the injuries were off, I would think about taking the Clippers, but I'm taking the Mavericks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Simple. I don't
it's
think
so
Kawhi's going to
tough,
stay
bro.
healthy. Without Kawhi, they're not winning.
No, they have no shot. without Kawhi.
Yeah, no shot.
You could tell me right now that PG was hurt, or Harden was hurt, or Westbrook, obviously. If Kawhi was guaranteed full bill of health, I would probably pick the Clippers. If he had Harden as his number 2 running mate, I would probably pick the Clippers because Kawhi is that guy in the playoffs too.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
Luka, it's hard to. You're probably not matching Luka anyway, but I don't know, man. You can never trust Kawhi to stay healthy come playoff time, man.
Yeah.
And you just can't trust the other two to do anything come playoff time. So
Yeah.
yeah. All right, moving forward from that series, we move on to, I think this is what we said was the 3rd most hyped series for us, and that is the number 3 seed Minnesota Timberwolves versus the number 6 seed Phoenix Suns. This is another tough one. I'll let you start this one off, Tom. Where you at?
This is a tough one because I'm not high on the Suns really at all because obviously you have KD and Booker who are phenomenal players. Nothing needs to be said about them, but I just don't trust anyone else on that team. And it's really hard. And like that speaks to how good KD and Booker are, that the Timberwolves have been one of the best teams in basketball all year, and I'm still having trouble picking them over the Suns, but I don't know, man.
And
I don't
shaky the Wolves are. We don't know what they
Right,
are.
yeah. It's so hard, but I also think Ant is one of them ones, and they have the better team in my eyes. Give me Wolves in 7.
Okay.
If it goes 7, am I going to bet against Kevin
I
Durant?
actually have here, this is the toughest one. It's a coin flip.
I know, yeah. Because like I just said, if it goes 7, am I really going to bet against KD and Book in a game 7? Probably not.
That's
Fuck.
the problem. Yeah,
that is a problem because then I got to go Wolves in 6 if I think they're going to win. I don't think they're going to do it in 6. Oh, am I going to pick the Suns?
We'll give you a moment to think.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Chris. What do you
Come
think?
back.
I'm rocking with the Suns. This is a no-brainer, man. I just think the Suns are so well equipped to attack Minnesota's defense and get Rudy in drop coverage and attack with the mid-range shot. And the Suns' biggest flaw all year has been fourth quarter offense. There's this voice in my head that said this whole time they're going to figure it out. It's KD, Book, and Bradley Beal. And what better time to figure it out than the first round of the playoffs? So
No time like the present.
Magically gets.
yeah, I just think the matchup allows them to just get in a groove, and the Timberwolves aren't the best offense down the stretch of close games either. So it's not like the Suns' fourth quarter offense has to become the best in the league just to have a shot in this one. Just be competent, let KD and Book cook down the stretch of games, and I think the Timberwolves' offense doesn't move me that much in terms of like ways they could really attack the Suns. I guess in terms of their size, but we've seen him, man. KD plays a lot bigger than he is defensively,
Yeah.
especially as a weak side rim protector. So, and the way Grayson Allen's playing too, giving you that floor spacing. I just think this matchup was just the best possible draw the Suns could have gotten. And this is probably, in terms of like which series I'm most excited to watch, the Clippers-Mavs is obviously my first one, but in terms of like the X's and O's and the way the coaching goes, this series I'm like really, really excited to see. I'm really excited to see how Vogel and Chris Finch are like gonna adjust to each other throughout
agree.
the course of the series. So should be interesting.
Suns.
I think this is one of those ones where even if a team gets off to like a 2-0 start, like it's not over.
not
I think
over,
this
yeah.
one's gonna go the distance. So I'm gonna take Suns in 7.
So you made a great point, Tom, where if you think this series is going to go 7, There's just no way
Yeah.
that Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert, whatever, however you slice it, I'm gonna trust over Kevin Durant and Devin Booker in a Game 7. And that's ultimately what made the decision for me. I have the Suns winning this series in 7. And for the regular season matchups, it was a matchup nightmare for the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Suns dominated the regular season matchup between these two teams. Like, the games were not even remotely close. So this, I don't think that always carries in. I think it's completely different. You have time to plan for a team. I get all of that. But this was a nightmare matchup for the Timberwolves. It really was. And you said it, Chris. It was the perfect matchup for the Suns. If they were to pull any other team in the top, like, honestly, any of the other teams aside from them, I would have said they would lose the series. Lakers included below them. I would have said they lose the series. They pulled the one team, maybe the Thunder, maybe, but they pulled the one team that I'm confident that they're going to win the series.
Yeah.
Just because once it goes to Game 7, I'm like, nope, not picking Anthony Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns to beat them.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's Suns in 7.
It should be so interesting though, because we both said, like, the Suns could attack the Timberwolves' philosophies defensively, but the Timberwolves have the individual bodies defensively to where it's possible that if the Suns get off to a hot start, I think there can be an adjustment to be made, and they have the guys to be able to make that adjustment. That's, like I said, I'm really curious to see how Finch and Frank Vogel coaches.
There's going to be a lot of adjustments.
Yeah, I would love to see if Vogel can put Rudy in a situation where he can't play down the stretch of a game or something, because that's going to make a huge difference for the Timberwolves.
Which I assume is going to be their plan.
Yeah, get him off the floor, keep it close, get him off the floor.
In as many actions as they possibly can.
Yeah, if they can get him to switch on.
Especially with how good those two are in the mid range, like, bro, they're gonna try to pick that.
Oh my God, I hope he gets exposed, bro. Can you imagine
Rudy?
What if he plays amazing defense?
The defensive player of the year, the game plan in the playoffs is go at him every time, and then he does actually get exposed. We need it.
He's won 4 defensive player of the year. He'll win his 4th defensive player of the year.
What if he clamps the fuck up and wins the series for the T-Wolves?
Then he's a 4-time defensive player of the year. That's what he's got to do.
What he should be.
Cat,
cat at the window.
They always fucking pull up to the window, bro.
Yeah. Sucks, because I would love to see Ant in a playoff run, but
I mean, look,
it'll
if
come
he really
eventually.
is one of them ones, maybe he pulls it out in a Game 7. Maybe he goes for like 50.
Right. That could happen, but the Suns got 2 of them ones. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's
Suns
what
got 2 of them
I was just thinking.
That's a good point.
Like, Ant is that guy, but if there's one guy who's gonna go tit for tat with him, it probably is Devin Booker, bro. Like, Devin Booker will eat all that shit up and give it right back to him, spit it.
He enjoys that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, they both do. That's why it's gonna be such a fun series. Like, they're gonna be fucking going at it. And, Anthony Edwards is the one of the two who gets praised as a defender, but bet your ass Devin Booker's going to be locked in defensively for that matchup. So
it's also going to be interesting. This is a side plot to this, too. Can Karl Anthony Towns exercise those playoff demons? And he just came back from injury, too. Cat has not been good in the playoffs.
That's really the X factor.
It is.
Absolutely, yeah.
I completely agree. Can Cat be a legitimate second guy consistently enough in a playoff series? That's the thing here. If
he has to be a mismatch for them.
Yes.
The same way, I'm saying, the Suns' offense can make the Timberwolves get off their game plan. Karl Anthony Towns needs to be that good offensively that the Suns need to get off whatever their defensive game plan is.
Well, Beal's definitely an X factor too. I would think Cat is the bigger X factor, but yeah, if they're throwing bodies at KD and Book, if Beal can give you even 20 a game on good shooting, good luck. You ain't being,
Yeah, it's tough to beat them at that point.
Yeah.
There's not much you could do at that point.
The biggest thing for Beal for me in this series is probably going to just be that secondary playmaking.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, KD and Book are going to see bodies, so
and playing with the second unit too.
Yeah, you got to make quick decisions. Either shoot or pass or drive. Make a decision and make the right decision. So should be interesting, man.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, it should definitely be a fun one.
All right, next up, we'll stay in the West. It seems like the West has all the great series right now, to be honest.
Yeah.
And this is the 2 versus the 7. This is the reigning champs versus the Los Angeles Lakers. The Nuggets versus the Lakers. LeBron, Jokic, AD, Jamal. Oh, my God.
I'm going to go first for this one. I'm going to keep it very short and simple. The Lakers have shown me nothing that says they could beat the Nuggets. I like the Lakers, and I think they are a good team, and they're actually one of the better teams in the West, but you're playing the best team in the West. I don't think they have a chance. I'm going to go Nuggets in 5 here. I think they make quick work of them.
Yeah, I was thinking about, because this is it's funny because in the East and the West, you could potentially have the conference finals matchups in the first round last year. And this one, we all say it was the closest sweep we've ever seen, and that is true. And I think the Lakers are better suited in close games because they've actually been one of, if not the best team in the league down the stretch of games. According to some clutch stats, I don't know. Jimo posts all the time about him, so I'll just read them. And
Shout out, Chris.
so yeah, shout out. He was in the chat before.
Yeah.
And I do think the Lakers are a better team this time around, but I'm totally agree with you. I still don't think they can hang with the Nuggets, man. It's the Nuggets. Like, I'm going Nuggets in 5. I don't think there's a chance. I'm sorry, LeBron. I love you. And if they got anyone else in the West, I'd probably pick them to beat them, but not the Nuggies, man.
Look, I'm going to be honest. I get you guys saying they don't have a chance, and I agree. Like, I agree to an extent. When you have LeBron James and Anthony Davis, I don't care. I love Jokic, and you guys know how much I love Jokic. If you have LeBron and Anthony Davis, you have a chance.
I saw a post, sorry to cut you off, but I saw a post. It was like Murray hitting the fadeaway 3, Jokic chucking it over his head, and someone's just like, bro, there's no way they do this bullshit 2 years in a row.
No, look, bro, like, they make some crazy shots. They do, but the Lakers are not going to get swept again. That much I feel.
we gave him one.
Yeah.
We gave him one.
I feel very confident in saying that the Lakers will take 2 games in this series, but the Nuggets are still the Nuggets.
Yeah.
They're still the defending champs, and they have done nothing but prove in big games why they can just continue to dominate down the stretch. I'm taking the Nuggets in 6.
Yeah, that's just the thing with Denver. I think you said it last time we were on. Like, just when they need to remind everyone that they're the best team in the league for a reason, they do it to the extent. Like, it's just
What
they're the
even
Nuggets.
is the game plan for the Lakers? Like, how do they beat the Nuggets?
So this is the funniest part. There's like,
no
you
game
can't
plan.
plan against Jokic.
Yeah.
Like, what do? You let him score, he'll go for 50. But that's probably, if we're being honest, their best game plan. Let
him
Jokic
score?
do whatever the fuck he wants to do, but don't let him get everyone else involved.
The problem is whatever he wants to do is getting everyone else involved and scoring 30. Like,
But the problem is if you're not letting him get everyone else involved because you're so focused on taking everyone else out.
So how do you guard the 2-man game with him and Jamal Murray? You just let Jamal Murray go for 50?
Or do you blitz him? Like, do you...
But if you blitz Jamal Murray, then that's letting Jokic do whatever he
Right.
wants because you're putting Jokic in a 4-on-3.
yeah.
Or do you double...
They're unbeatable. They're
double
pretty
Jamal?
unbeatable.
Do you double Jamal, leave Aaron Gordon, and then...
I think you
I don't
shoot
even know.
Jokic in both kneecaps.
Yep.
and
Yeah,
then pray
I mean,
Jamal
they
doesn't
could
average
get-
40.
have a response to
Like,
everything.
they
Yeah.
could get to that Jamal Jokic 2-man action
With ease.
whenever they want.
So
Like,
that's... I
there's
think it
no-
more turns into, what's your plan of attack if you're the Lakers? On the other
Yeah, you're
side.
going to have to
Go
outscore
at
them.
Jokic.
So Sleazy
You
said,
have to just continuously go at him. And it's easier said than done because we've seen Jokic now. The plan last year was everyone should go at Jokic. And then he dispelled that notion real quick.
and he just does a little baby hook over your head and can't do
But,
anything about it. It's
like,
unreal.
and his
Or turnaround
hands are so
jumper.
quick on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
And he has such good anticipation that it's like he knows what you're doing before
And
you
he
do it.
guards AD well
does.
1-on-1 too.
He
Like,
really does. He moves his feet better than people give him credit.
So that's the other thing with the Lakers is, like Anthony Davis is historically a good playoff performer. You know you're going to get a stinker out of him at one point.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, can you really live with that? You know, we're saying that there's no chance that you can't live with that. Like, you
Is
need
Jokic going to give you a stinker?
no.
Like,
Jokic,
And he's
not only is
just-
Jokic not going to give you a stinker, he's not going to give you a game that isn't great.
Yeah.
Like, he's not going to.
Yeah, Anthony
Like-
Davis is just a tier below Nikola Jokic. Like, it's not a knock on AD. It's just that's just what it
Praise
is.
for Jokic, yeah.
it is.
So Sleazy said Lakers in 7. He said the game plan is to tell AD to drop his nuts and play like a decoy. I've said many times, I think AD plays him better than anyone in the NBA, and it just doesn't matter. I don't know, Trunks. Where you at? You're the big LeBron guy. I know you're taking the Lakers, but I want to hear why.
Lakers in 7.
Why? Just don't just tell me it's LeBron. What? What'd you say?
You go, just tell me why, and he goes, games.
Oh, I thought he said what? I said Lakers.
No, you idiot.
7 what?
Nah, I do think the Nuggets are gonna win, but I just want to stand on it and say the Lakers are gonna win.
Fine.
Yeah.
I wonder. I wish Shimo was still in the chat because I wonder what his answer to that question is in terms of game plan.
So funny enough, me and him were actually chatting about this. So I have Christian's full game plan.
Oh,
And
beautiful.
Christian, I'm sorry that I'm going to put you on blast if you wanted to say it yourself.
Yeah, I think there are people out here who would pay him for this information.
But
so.
yeah, facts, exactly.
I think Darvin Ham actually texted him too. So
all right,
you guys see while you're pulling that up, you guys see the video of Darvin Ham in the locker room where they're recording like at his waist up to his face. It's fucking crazy while he's giving a post game speech, and the comments are just like, "What the fuck is this guy doing talking? Where's LeBron?"
So me and Christian started texting. I asked him, I'm like, look, I'm gonna be honest, I just want to hear your thoughts for the series. I'm like, what do you think? And he goes, well, the Lakers have given close to zero evidence that they can beat Denver. However, any chance they have exists in the format it's currently in right now. As I tweeted last night, I wholeheartedly believe winning game 1 is a prereq for having any slight chance of winning.
Yeah.
Think of it like a shooter who's having an off night. He's got to see one go through to believe again. It doesn't mean he's going to light it up, but it lets him know, all right, I have something. He's so well-spoken, bro.
Yeah, that was really well said.
So he's so well-spoken. He goes, the Lakers need to prove to themselves they can. The issue is that the Lakers play the Nuggets great for 45 minutes, sometimes 46 or 47, but then they get badly out-executed, and it's over real quick. They need to turn that tide. Every game follows the same script. And then he said, here's the game plan. Let's see. So I said, yes, it does. Yeah, he's got to be the worst I've ever seen with timeouts in terms of Darvin Ham because we started speaking about him. It'll forever be a close game between the two, but just can you stop Jokic from being inevitable, or can LeBron still be more inevitable than Jokic? And I said, which at this point is way too much to ask from a 40-year-old. And he goes, the Lakers need to make Jokic a scorer. Let him average 50, he says. I go against the best player we've seen since a younger version of him, whatever, LeBron. And he goes, they can't let him do the 30, 20, and 15 shit. You're finished if you let him do that. And then he goes, I can't have Michael Porter Jr. and KCP scoring 15 to 18. It just can't happen. But once again, it comes down to this. If Jokic is the best player in the series, fine. He should be. LeBron and AD have to be 2 and 3. That's another prereq. And he said Murray cannot do what he did last year. He had one of the greatest series I've ever watched. If he's human, the Lakers open a door.
That's just the other thing, too, is like Jamal Murray just every year it seems like he isn't an all-star throughout the year and then just plays up to that level. And how do you really stop that? Because, like, we see the stuff this guy does. Like, it's crazy shit. Like, it's stuff he, like I said, doesn't do in the regular season. It's step-back contested threes. It's getting to his spots. It's acrobatic finishes under the rim. Like, he can do it all in the regular season, obviously, but he just emphasizes it in the playoffs somehow. And it's, like I said, you have to stop him, not just from being him, but you have to stop him from becoming a star, you know? It's a tall order.
Pretty much his game plan is just let Jokic do whatever he wants. Score.
And remember, it's Darvin Ham coming up with the game plan.
Oh yeah,
it's not Greg. It's not Jimo. It's not Greg Popovich. Like far from it.
He despises.
He hates Darvin. He calls him Mr. Hands in Pockets all the time because his hands are always in his pockets on the sideline, just doing nothing.
But yeah, short
answer.
Imagine
they come out in game 1 and they blitz the fucking 2-man game like you suggested. They'd be toast.
Oh, finished.
They'd be over.
Finished. But what are you going to do? There's nothing you can do. Send 5 at Jokic and Jamal and just hope for the best.
Hope KCP and MPJ are having off nights. Good luck.
Just hope MPJ takes the worst shots ever during the series.
Hope
probably just high school basketball and then just hedge and recover and let Jokic catch the ball while you're recovering. If the goal is to let Jokic be a scorer, he could catch it.
That's the point, yes.
You don't need to hard blitz Murray. You just don't let him turn the corner for a layup and then recover back.
Yeah, you just gotta make Jokic
really
become a
it.
scorer, which is like
Guy that
terrifying.
What do you average last playoff run? 32 or something like that.
32, yeah.
Yeah, let him be a scorer. Yeah,
32 on like 60% shooting.
Yeah, good luck.
So, yeah, let him be a scorer.
Yeah, let him be a scorer. Good luck.
I don't know.
Let him be a scorer. Look, to be fair to the Suns last year, they kind of gave a little bit of a blueprint. It did require Book and KD averaging like 80 combined for 2 games, but those 2 games, I'm pretty sure Jokic had like 50 and 40 or something like that, and they won both of those games. And then the other games, you had Jokic going for these fucking 32-point triple-doubles, and you're going to lose those games.
Yeah.
So it's tough. There's nothing you can do with the Nuggets. They're just that damn good. But
Nope.
But yeah. All right. So moving on from this series, now we do jump over to the East, and the next series that we're pretty interested in. I'd say almost all of these are super interesting except for like 1 or 2. But next up we have the Bucks and the Pacers. The 3-seeded Bucks, the 6-seeded Pacers. Giannis looks like he's going to be out game 1, if not potentially more. And I'll start this one off. Even with all of that being said, I think, call me crazy, I think Chris Middleton and Damian Lillard may still be able to handle it. I have the Bucks in 7. I think Giannis eventually returns, and all I think that the Bucks need to do is take one of the first 2 if they don't have Giannis for both of those games. Yeah, I'm taking the Bucks in 7 games, and I feel pretty confident that the Bucks are going to win. The fact that they're plus money on FanDuel, go take your fucking chances, guys. I think this is one of the better bets personally, and I think it could be in less.
Yeah. I'm taking the Bucks too, probably in 7, depending on how long Giannis is out. One thing is Dame plays really well when Giannis is out. Like he averages like 30 on really good efficiency with no Giannis, and just the Pacers defensively don't really have any answers for Dame if he's playing like that. And we've seen him play really well in the playoffs too. So I know we've talked about the Bucks having their struggles all season, but no one's getting out here saying they're not a good team. It's just, they're not maybe up to par to what we thought they would be, but the Pacers ain't moving me like that, man. There's some other teams here that I'd be nervous against going against the Bucks, but yeah, I'll take the Bucks.
I don't know. I was thinking the Bucks, but now I don't know. How are the Bucks going to defend while Giannis is out? I know Dame could score.
You ready? Here's my response. Jay Crowder.
Oh my gosh, bro.
I might change my answer just because of that, man.
That's how they're going to defend. Nah, it's probably going to be Bobby Portis stepping in for Giannis, which quite the defensive drop-off.
I mean, shit, if Tyrese Halliburton's hitting his threes, bro, it could get ugly, bro. When the Pacers are going, the Bucks without Giannis can't keep up, bro.
I don't know, man. I've seen Bobby Portis go for like 27.5, so, or like 20.5, whatever it was. But
well, that's why I said it depends. It definitely
Bucks
depends
will
how
still
long
score,
Giannis is out.
I think they could still score.
Yeah,
even without
especially against
Giannis.
the Pacers.
So if Giannis is out 2 games, do you think they can get
I
one?
think they split.
You think they split? And then if he comes back,
I'd like to think they could get one,
Right.
But
Middleton and Dame are still really good. Like you said, Dame without
But
that
shit,
might
I
be
could
something.
see
By the way, that might be something scary for them. The fact that Dame is so
plays
much
a lot better
than
without
Giannis
Giannis,
isn't
yeah.
playing is a scary proposition. To
Yeah.
be honest,
like, yeah, I think the Bucks could take one without Giannis, but also I could see the Pacers taking a trip to Milwaukee and taking one.
if they go back to Indy down 2-0,
Then it's clipped.
yeah.
They have to
Probably,
take.
yeah.
Yeah, they have to
But
take
it's-
one in Milwaukee.
but it's
Yeah.
Giannis. If he
Yeah.
comes back and he's down 2-0,
no, yeah, I know that.
I'm not.
I'm not saying it's clipped if it's like that. I'm just saying I think the Pacers could take one. If they don't take one in the first 2, the Pacers are clipped.
They're finished.
Yeah.
They're
the
finished.
series is
Yeah.
over in the first
Yeah.
2 games, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yes, but yeah. No, it really is. Pacers need both to have a chance, I think, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, I just can't see the Bucks allowing this to happen,
Not 2 years in a row, bro. That's
especially after you go get Dame. After it
Pacers
happened
also
last
own them in the regular season.
I know.
Beat them in
I
the in-season
know.
tournament.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't really
the Bucks
put much
defense
faith in
can't
that,
keep
but
up, bro.
We knew this was going to be a problem. going into the season.
I know, but
perimeter
this
defense.
is probably the matchup that it would be the most problematic.
Can you imagine if I would have told you before the season?
I mean, besides the Celtics.
Yeah.
And the Knicks.
In terms
guard
of
David.
offensively, I probably wouldn't have wanted to see the
Oh, that's
Pacers.
fair, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But can you imagine before the season if I would have been like, yeah, we're gonna sweat the Pacers, Bucks in the playoffs?
Oh my God.
It's a crazy thing to say.
I'm gonna go with the Bucks in 7. I think the Pacers are gonna make it interesting.
This is terrible for the Bucks. The fact that this is even a fucking question right now. When you traded for Damian Lillard, do you think like? So I'll ask this: would this? How good would this Bucks team be if they had just kept Drew Holiday? Like,
I still think I don't think they ever should have fired Budenholzer, honestly. But I still think that would have been a problem, the coaching situation, because you still would have probably hired Adrian Griffin because he was endorsed by Giannis. You still would have fired Adrian Griffin because Giannis and the locker room wanted him out, and you probably still would have hired Doc Rivers.
would you have though? Because there was clearly and there still is seemingly a feeling out period between Damian Lillard and Giannis. Dame just doesn't seem happy, and I know there's been shit
I think
going on
there's
with him, too.
potential if Budenholzer still got fired and they just didn't get Dame. I think there's potential the whole thing could have blown up because, like Dame and Giannis just their talent offensively kept them afloat for a while.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
early
I
on
guess.
in the Adrian
No
Griffin
Middleton.
days.
Now you have
yeah.
to deal with it's just
It-
Drew and Giannis.
Their offense, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And their
Yeah.
defense was like the worst in the league for
For a long time.
for Adrian Griffin's stint. So like, it probably would have all fucking we would have fucking got Giannis fucking trade rumors and shit,
Potentially. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's a good point.
or they could have just been the exact same team.
Yeah. Man, this is disgusting from the Bucks, bro. Such a poor showing this season. I had high hopes for them, honestly. I really did. I think everyone thought it was a lock to see the Celtics and the Bucks playing in the Eastern Conference Finals, but no longer is it that. So
Yep.
the Pacers beat them, bro. You got to have some serious offseason conversations now. Things might have to change over there in Milwaukee, but
Oh
yeah. All right. Next up, we have the 4-seeded Cleveland Cavaliers and the 5-seeded Orlando Magic. We're going to take a trip back to 90s basketball for this one, is what we're going to do. There's probably not going to be a whole lot of scoring. It's probably going to be a whole lot of big men rebounding and defense.
That's what I like.
I don't know. I think this
I'll
is
start
another
it off.
wild card of a series.
I'm gonna take the Cavs in 5. I think the Cavs are gonna make quick work of them. I just think Donovan Mitchell has been there, done that. I think the Cavs' offense is just more consistent. The Magic are a better defensive team, but I think we know the Cavs are probably better than their defensive ranking suggests, just given the fact that guys weren't out of the lineup all year. So I think the Cavs going into this relatively healthy. I think Donovan Mitchell is that guy. Darius Garland will give you a game or two. Max Strus will probably give you a game or two. I just think, listen, the Cavs are one of the best offensive teams, but I think the Cavs have too much offensively for the Magic to keep up.
Yeah, I love the Magic, but yeah, I think when it comes down to it, you have two really good defenses. The Magic are a better defense, but like you said, the Cavs play better than their ranking. And I just don't think Orlando has the offensive firepower to overcome that. And we know who Donovan Mitchell is come postseason, so I'll take Cavs in 6.
I also have the Cavs winning in 6 games. I also said this is a close one, but I just think the presence of Donovan and Garland having been there and done that is going to make a big difference in the series. And I think Paolo is going to struggle a little bit having to deal with Evan Mobley and Jared Allen.
Yeah.
We said that Paolo's game is built for the playoffs, and I do believe that, but
It's tough.
you got to go against 2 guys that are 7-footers and
You got to see it
legitimate
first too. Yeah.
elite rim protectors.
Yeah.
It's gonna be rough. So they need more shooting.
Oh yeah.
Orlando
big time.
has a bright future, but they need more
I
shooting.
really wish they made a move or two at the deadline.
Yeah,
That
so
could have swayed
Klay
things.
Thompson's coming.
he might be. But that one's a pretty simple one. I feel like we can.
Unless you ask Go Sleazy, because he said Magic in 6, but he's a big Magic guy
I could
too,
see
so.
the Magic winning though. I could
If
definitely
Paolo
see that.
comes out and is who we think he is, that could give them problems. Like I said, Julius Randle was tossing those boys around last year.
Yeah, that was bad.
So
I mean, yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Yeah. All right. The last two series are the 1/8s. I feel pretty confident in both of these. Obviously, we don't know the 8 seed for either just yet, but we will soon enough tomorrow night. First one is the Thunder versus either the Pelicans or the Kings. I said either way, the Thunder in 5.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, if the Pelicans somehow
Especially
pull it out,
against
and
the
it's in 4.
Pelicans,
I think the Kings can make it a little
I
more
was about to say,
interesting.
Yeah,
I think
yeah, yeah.
there's the Kings could spice things up a little bit, but
I could see
if
Fox and
Monk's
Sabonis
not,
get you 1 or
if
2,
Monk
yeah.
isn't healthy, then not yet. No,
I
Thunder.
could see
in 5.
Sabonis giving the Thunder some troubles.
Yeah.
I could see Kings losing in 6, but the Pelican, man, it sucks, bro. I wanted to see a healthy Zion in the playoffs, man. I really did.
Zion would have given them problems.
Yeah,
Yes.
this would have been great.
Zion
if
would've given
was
them
healthy,
problems.
This would
bro.
be a phenomenal series if you promised me a healthy Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson,
Yeah.
but doesn't seem like we're getting that. And then I'm going to put it quite simply. This last one, probably don't even need to speak about it. Celtics versus either the Heat or the Bulls. I put Celtics in 4. And if
Yeah.
either of those two teams take a game, the Celtics should be ashamed of themselves.
Yeah.
But-
Celtics got bailed out.
Maybe the Heat take one because it's Eric Spoelstra and Spo's just always
Did the
does his thing.
Celtics get bailed out, or did they earn it?
Nah, they got bailed out.
No, they earned it. They had a dominant regular season.
Fuck them. They got bailed out.
They-
I don't give a shit.
but yeah, I think we're all in agreement that it's probably Celtics in 4 and maximum of 5.
Yeah.
And that is that.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's that. That's all of our playoff first round predictions. But just as a bonus, going into the playoffs, who do you have as your finals pick, Tom?
Man.
Did I do a hook or no? No, right?
Nah, I think.
That's all right.
Yeah, we don't have to make a whole thing out of it.
Gotta do
Okay,
it.
I'm not fucking putting this stupid shit in the TikTok.
It's the
They
Nuggets
never
out
do
west.
well, ever. They never, ever do well.
It's the Nuggets out west. I gotta do it. It's the Knicks out east. It's gotta be, man.
Shit.
It's gotta be.
Yeah, I'm going to go with what everyone's going with for the most part anyways. I have the Nuggets and the Celtics. It's
The words
big for 'em.
picking the Celtics just pains my
They'll
mouth.
walk through the East.
They should. But like
and then
me
lose
saying
in 6 to
right,
the Nuggets.
yeah, but me saying it out loud, like it hurts my mouth to say those words. I can't do it.
What do you think?
You didn't say who you have winning.
Oh, Nuggets in 6.
Oh, yeah.
nice. Congrats.
Nuggets smoke the Knicks.
Nuggets in 4.
Nuggets in 5. I'll give them 1.
Out east, I have the Boston Celtics. Out west, wise man once told me Luka Doncic is that damn good that it doesn't matter who the fuck is in his way.
Wow.
He's due. And we're going to get a legendary final. It's Jason Tatum versus Luka Doncic. Must-watch television. Mavs in 7. Mavs in 7.
Holy shit. Wow.
Did you expect anything else, man?
Honestly, I thought you were going to go with the Nuggets. I really did.
Nah, fuck 'em, man.
So I asked this. That means we're going to get a Nuggets-Mavs series in that case because, the West goes through the Nuggets. I think we all know this.
I said this. I've been saying this shit all year, bro. I think
Pick and roll with Jokic.
I think if any team can make Jokic look normal, well, not normal, because he is pretty normal defensively, but if any team could expose Jokic a little bit defensively, then it's I don't think, like, Rudy Gobert, Terrence Mann levels exposed. Like, he's not going to get played off the fucking floor. It's
You
fucking
can't play him
Jokic.
off the
Yeah,
floor.
but it could give him some trouble.
Okay. Fair enough. What is those sleazy?
Oh, Sleazy said I'm clip farming, brother. This isn't even going anywhere. We're not even making a clip of this. I just said it because I can't say the other thing.
He doesn't want to say what you want him to say. It's just that simple. And don't worry, the Nuggets will wipe the floor with you guys in the finals anyway. So I'm not concerned with that if you make it. But yeah, all right. So I think that's everything for today. It's a
So.
nice quick one.
Yeah.
Didn't need to be too much.
Yeah. Once the games actually happen, there'll be a lot more interesting things
Yeah,
to
we'll
talk
be talking about it.
Yeah, we got some stuff coming. Tuesday's episode should be a good one. Obviously, we're going to be talking about playoff basketball, but should be some cool stuff Tuesday. So
Yeah.
make
Tuesday
sure
will
you
be
guys
a
are here.
good one. Enjoy the playoffs, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, follow us on all of our socials. Go cop a 10K hoodie because we are on the road to 10K.
We don't have 10K hoodies.
Sorry. I'm
Get us
speaking it
10K.
into an existence.
Get us 10K
I'm
hoodies.
speaking it into existence. Cop a BallGame 1K hoodie. We're on the road to 10K. There it is. That's the proper ink.
I want to say one thing before you go. I want to give a very special shout out. Happy birthday, Mr. Pizza Taris, our lovely producer. He couldn't be here tonight because he's celebrating his birthday, but we love you, Petey Babes.
Pete, we absolutely love you. You are an absolute king. Happy birthday, Pete. And with that,